want to get to this other topic. So in Slate, they have a piece on .com. Santa Claus should not be a white man anymore. And when I saw this headline, I kind of laughed, and I said, oh, this is so ridiculous. Yet another person claiming it's racist to have a white Santa. You know, and by the way, for all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white, but this person is just arguing that maybe we should also have a black Santa. But, you know, Santa is what he is, and just so you know, we're just debating this because someone wrote about it, kids.
How credible can you consider this news channel when they are discussing the race of a made-up character, a fictional character? You know, this is like, this is on par with some retarded news channel like arguing about the sex of the Easter bunny, or you know, how tall is the tooth fairy. This is fucking retarded is what it is. And I understand that someone else wrote about it and they were talking about the race issue and that's what they're responding to, but this does not really require like Fox News national attention, unless of course it has to do with like being white. Then it's very important. Like, you know, who are the good white people? Well, there's Santa Claus, and let's see if they can come up with any others.
When I read the piece, the author seems to have, you know, she's African American, and she seems to have real pain at having grown up with this image of a white Santa, and she speaks about it kind of honestly, saying, I didn't really understand why that had to be.
Yeah, she wants Santa to be inclusive, and I had the same reaction. Initially, I was thinking, oh, this is more politically correct nonsense, this is hypersensitivity in our culture. And then you read the piece and you really walk through the steps with her. I think it's a tribute to her writing, and you realize if you were a young kid and you were African American and your Santa Claus was white, it would affect you when you went to school. Maybe you wouldn't feel that you were part of that tradition. Now, she suggests that a penguin should be Santa.
Okay, that's where she goes off the rails.
Well, I think that's kind of interesting, though, to have an animal, which is something that kids love, sort of brings that cartoonish component into it, and I think that makes all kids kind of feel welcome in the process. So I see where she was going with that.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't make all kids feel.
Hey, I like penguins.
It makes all birds feel welcome.
Kids like penguins.
So I guess what Megyn Kelly is saying is that she's against the Easter bunny, because Easter is more Christian than Christmas is. I mean, really, when you look at the history of the holidays, Easter is really a Christian holiday. That's just what it is. It's Easter Sunday. Unfortunately for them, they have a big problem with being like, there's the Christmas penguin. Well, there's the Easter bunny, and I don't see any problem with that. Nobody's teaching their kids like, okay, let's go find Jesus' empty tomb. No, it's go find some fucking Easter eggs that the Easter bunny left behind or some shit. I mean, and that's the way the tradition is gone now. You guys don't really seem to care too much about that one. It's the war on Christmas, not the war on Easter, where they've replaced Jesus with an Easter bunny, preferably a white one.
You know, but okay, so I've given, her name is Aisha Harris. I've given her her due on where she was going with it, but just because it makes you feel uncomfortable doesn't mean it has to change. You know, I mean, Jesus was a white man too, but you know, it's like he was a historical figure. I mean, that's a verifiable fact, as is Santa. I just want the kids watching to know that.
So while Jesus and Santa were both white, apparently, while Jesus and Santa are both white, they are also verifiable historical figures. Well, I mean, Saint Nick was, but the story changes through time. That's what these traditions do. They change over time. It's not like you're not waiting for Saint Nick to come put money in your shoes. You leave your shoes out and he puts money in them. At all. That's totally not what Christmas is about or what Santa does. There's the flying reindeer and shit. I mean, are you guys next going to talk about like how many like lumens is Rudolph's nose? This is very important. We want to be fair and balanced and cover, like, you know, how bright exactly is Rudolph's nose?
Yes. But my point is, how do you just revise it, you know, in the middle of the legacy of the story and change Santa from white to black?
Yeah, I mean, you can't. First of all, the penguin would never work, Megan, because a penguin cannot lug all of those gifts around the world. That's number one. We just want to be
Santa's
clear.
from the north.
Yeah,
the stuff is up there.
Exactly. But you're absolutely right. Look, Santa Claus is based on St. Nicholas, who was an actual person, a Greek bishop, and was a white man. And so all of this, I mean, I understand. Yeah.
How can he be alienating?
Come on, how cute is he, right?
I'm not even sure if these retards actually realize that that is not St. Nicholas, the Greek fucking saint. That's not him. That's a white guy. If you're willing to call all Middle Easterners white, because Jesus apparently is white, and you know, St. Nicholas was that Greek, it would have been Turkey nowadays. Or if you're willing to call all Middle Easterners white, and not like Arab or Middle Eastern or whatever it is you want to fucking call them, go for it. But that's not what you do. You very specifically say, you know who we like from over there? Jesus. Therefore, he was white. You'll notice that the fucking 4 people in this panel, they're all white. And I mean like white. There's no Arabs, there's no Asians, there's no anything. I mean, if you want to dumb it down to there's white and then there's black, which is basically African American, you know, dark skin, and then everything else is white. Well, fuck you. Fuck you for trying to just like include everything in the white race type shit. As if it matters. Who in the fuck out there should be proud of their skin color? Something you didn't earn at all. It's like being proud of where you were born. You had no control over it. Go find something in life to really be proud about. Go do something with your fucking life and get some actual pride. If I was proud about being, 6'6", that's retarded, because it's not something I did or earned. It's just the way I am. And obviously I have nothing in my life other than my height to be proud of. If I was just like, well, I'm 6'6", and I just feel fucking great about that. Go do something fucking for real out there to be proud of. And don't forget, Santa's 6'6", because, you know, he was tall and white, and, you know, we can make up whatever fucking facts we want about Santa because he's not fucking real.
So, you can't take facts and then try to change them to fit some sort of a political agenda or a sensitivity agenda.
My fucking irony meter just exploded. Apparently, Fox News is letting us know that you can't change facts. Facts, like Santa Claus's race, all right? Facts. Like the fact that Jesus was a white guy. Just like these fucking people on Fox News. He was white. You can't change facts just to fit your political agenda. Good job, Fox News. You have managed to turn Jesus, who in the Bible is like an ultra-liberal, and that you guys claim to worship and love so much, but at the same time you hate liberals and you hate anyone that would be like Jesus-like, and you don't want anyone to ask you to be Jesus-like. You just want to be conservative and greedy and shit, and you defend the rich, even though the Bible says it's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into heaven. And you change things just to fit your political fucking agenda. Yeah. Coctopus out.